Okay, so today we are going to cook a gumbo. And I wanted to show everybody all the ingredients that it's going to take to cook a gumbo. It's quite simple. Not a whole lot. Just need a little bit of all-purpose flour and some vegetable oil. Okay, that's for your roux base. That's going to make your roux, your thickening agent, so to speak. You're going to need some chicken. In this case, I like to use boneless, skinless chicken thighs because I like dark meat. I use a couple packs of those. You need bell pepper, onion, and celery. That's for your Holy Trinity. No gumbo's complete without that, of course. And we're gonna boil our chicken and make our own stock. But I always get some chicken broth just to throw in there as well. And along with making our homemade roux, I've just gotten to where I really like the Zatarain's gumbo base as well. It's a seasoned roux base, and I like to add that. It's basically a seasoning packet. I like the flavor it gives my gumbo, so I use it. Some people don't. I still use a homemade roux, but I like to add this. To me, it's the best flavor gumbo I can make. So, but anyway, that's oh, and also your sausage. Definitely sausage. This is a chicken and sausage gumbo, not a seafood. These are all the ingredients that you're going to need for chicken and sausage gumbo.
And what brand is your sausage of choice?
I like Eddie's. I've tried different kinds, and this right now is my favorite. It's a premium blend Texas smoked sausage. It's made with pork and beef. Okay, so we have us a bowl of our boneless, skinless chicken breast, and right here, this big pile here, I've trimmed the fat, most of the fat off of it. You just want to basically take, you see you got all your fat right here. You just want to take your pair of scissors or a knife and just kind of clip that off there. Clip the excess, cut the excess fat off. You're gonna have some, you can't get it all because you don't want to cut your meat all up, but you want to cut the majority of that fat off. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and put it in the water to boil. Okay.
About how long does it take to boil the chicken?
I would probably say about 25-30 minutes or so, somewhere in that neighborhood. Okay, so while the chicken is boiling, we're going to go ahead and use that time to dice up our Holy Trinity. We're going to chop our celery up, our onion up, and our bell peppers up, and get that ready to sear off in the pan later on. And then we'll go back in later and put that in the pot whenever we get to that point. Okay, so we have our Holy Trinity completely chopped. Celeries, onions, and bell peppers. Nice finely chopped. We're going to go ahead and put those down in a skillet and kind of saute them up a little bit. We're going to add them to the gumbo later. All right, we're going to go ahead, while the chicken's still boiling, we've got the Holy Trinity chopped. We'll put off to the side, and we're going to go ahead and chop our sausage up as well. is making us a nice stock, okay, for our gumbo. The chicken is just about cooked. See, it's a perfect whitish gray color. I'd say it's been on for about 15 minutes. I think it just needs about another 5-6 minutes or so to cook. Then we can take the chicken out and let it be cooling, and our stock will be ready to go as well. Also, we have our Holy Trinity diced, cut, and ready, and also the sausage has been cut and diced up and ready as well. All right, so the chicken's done. It's been on about 20 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and pull that off the stove. Take that chicken out, strain the chicken.
He's not dumping it because we want that broth.
Yeah, we're going to take that stock that we made from boiling the chicken, and I'm going to strain it through this so it catches any of the giblets and fat that we don't want in our stock. My little fancy screen over there, it's seen its day. I need a new one. But we really cook in this kitchen.
Yeah, we do.
You want a really good meaty gumbo. We like lots of chicken, lots of sausage. Okay, so we have our stock here. We have our boiled chicken in the strainer here, cooling. We're gonna let that cool, and then we're gonna kind of peel off the excess fat, throw that away, and then kind of, we're not gonna shred it, but we're gonna just pull our chicken apart into chunks, good bite-sized chunks, and we're gonna add that back into the pot. So what we're gonna do now is we have our stock that we made. I'm gonna pour it into this pot and strain it with my handy dandy strainer here.
Got a rogue piece of chicken in there.
Got a rogue piece of chicken. We want to keep that. You see all the stuff it caught?
Oh, yeah.
It's all the excess fat and whatnot. We don't want that. Okay? So we'll take that, move that off to the side. And we have clean stock right there. Ready to go.
Yeah. Fogged up the camera.
Alright, so we got the majority of our stock made. I'll take my chicken broth because I need a little bit more. And I add my chicken broth in with our stock that we made already, just to increase the volume there.
Yeah, you can add water, but somebody told you once.
Yeah. What has less flavor than water?
Nothing.
So yeah, you could add water, but might as well add chicken stock.
Right. Keep it flavorful.
Okay, so now we're going to start our roux. All you need is 1 cup vegetable oil and 1 cup flour. I'm going to whisk that up and then start stirring. And the key is you sit and you stir until it gets a dark chocolate brown and a nice thick roux consistency. But I'm just going to use the whisk to get the clumps out. This can be time consuming. You cannot leave this. You have to continuously stir or it will burn. And if you burn your roux,
Start over.
you got to start over. It's a little bubbling now, getting good and hot. So you definitely want to, once you get a good bubble going like that, you want to take it off hot, bring it down to about medium high, and just keep stirring.
So we are in the kitchen today making this gumbo because we are having a hurricane party.
Yeah. Cheers. Here's the berry. Hurricane berry. We're making homemade roux right now.
Yeah, so Jason's making the roux and I'm
For our
assisting. And we're just keeping an eye on the weather right now.
She's a pretty good assistant.
I can be a
I
good
might add.
assistant. So let's go take a look at what the weather's doing right now. Right now, it just looks like any other rainy day. So it's raining, there's a slight wind blowing, nothing serious right now. See, we get these gusts. See the gust happening? But everything looks good for right now. Okay, so here's an update on what's going on with Barry. That's really zoomed in, and it's actually hitting Alabama pretty bad right now.
Now off to the west into southeast Louisiana, getting some gusty wind now. Winds gusting to 44 in Boothville, 32 in Baton Rouge, and 40 in New Orleans. And right now it is mostly
Rain
in the New Orleans metro area, but we expect that it's going to be very heavy.
We're technically down to a tropical storm. That's okay. It's starting to darken up.
Yeah, it's starting to change colors a little bit. It's getting a little bit more blonder. We want it to get much darker than that though. Just got to sit here and keep stirring it. Takes anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes, just depending.
The wind's picking up just a little bit, still just more of a strong breeze. We've been getting some wind gusts, but of course now that I've got my camera on, we're not going to get any.
But you see that color?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want. How long we been doing it now? It's been about 15 minutes?
About 15 minutes, yeah.
About 15 minutes, and this is where we're at. I don't always make a homemade roux with my gumbo, but I do like to, just because it's time consuming. But when you're waiting on a storm, you might as well, right?
Yeah, might as well do it right.
This is for Barry. Barry ain't never had no roux like this. So come look at it now. Good. Just about ready to where we can add that into our pot, into our stock.
Awesome.
Okay, that roux is complete and finished. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add it to the stock. Very, very hot. Add it a little bit at a time. And you want to stir as you add it. We're really cooking here, folks.
Yeah, we are.
All right.
Oh my, look at that. Oh yeah.
That's the color.
That's what it's supposed to look like.
That's what it's supposed to look like, Shaq. Okay, we got our roux starting to heat up. We've added the roux to the stock. It's starting to heat up. Now we want to add our spices. We want a little bit of red cayenne pepper, a couple splashes of that. You don't want it too hot. A little bit of salt, some paprika, and of course a little Tony's Creole. Okay, give that a stir. All right, that's what we need to season it more later. We will, but what we're about to do is we're about to cook down our sausage and our Holy Trinity, and then add that to it. We want to and we're going to add the chicken as well. We want that to all those oils and the flavors and the salt in the meats to get in there and cook a little bit, and then we'll taste it, reassess it, see if we need to add anything there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add our Holy Trinity into the pan. Cook that down a little bit. Sweat them out a little bit. I'm going to add meat.
Oh my God.
We're going to cook this all down. Kind of get a little, brown the meat a little bit. Sweat out those peppers and onions and celery. So let's let that get happy. All right, so our sausage and our Holy Trinity's been cooked down enough. Nice caramelization on there. We're going to go ahead and add that to the pot. We have our chicken here that has been broken down a little bit to nice edible chunks. We're going to also add that to the pot. I'm going to go ahead and add our chicken in. I'm going to give that a quick stir. And we got some more sausages that I like to add in. I picked this up from my father-in-law. This is not traditional whatsoever, but I just love it. I get some breakfast sausages. I'm going to brown those, and I'm going to chop them in half, and I'm going to add those to the pot as well. Most people don't do that. I do it. If you don't like it, don't do it. If you do it. If you're curious, try it.
Hey, the more meat, the better in a gumbo, huh?
That's what I say. I'm basically like a carnivore, but I love meat. So we're going to go ahead and brown these up and add those to the pot as well. So we got most everything combined. You got your Holy Trinity in there. You got your sausages. You got your chicken. We're going to let that cook down. Over here we have our breakfast sausages cooking that I'm going to add in there. That's just something that we do. I like it. Tastes good. It's not traditional whatsoever, but to me you can't have enough meat in the pot. My little breakfast sausages are cooked enough, browned enough. We're going to go ahead and add them in the pot and let them cook the rest of the way there. Lots of meat, y'all.
The pot of gumbo is done. Oh, I wish you could smell it right now.
It's good, y'all. I'm making Lisa a bowl of it right now.
Oh, yeah.
Parsley. Color.
Yep, that's a pretty bowl of gumbo right there.
And hold on, wait. And a few corn crackers.
Oh, that's perfect.
There you go. Bon appetit. And it's not ready until you stick a spoon in it.
Look at that right there. I already ate.
I already ate, and came out great. Came out real good. Made that homemade roux, makes all the difference in the world. Add the right amount of spices. Turned out real good. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Anyway, use this recipe at home. Cook it. Let us know what you think. Let us know how it turned out. Send us pictures. We'd love the feedback.
Yeah. Hey boys, how's the gumbo?
Pretty good. I can't wait for my next bite. I burned my mouth 3 times.
You burned your mouth 3 times, shoveling it in your face.
Yeah, it's very, very hot. It will get you.
I've been breathing on it every single bite.
So hot, it doesn't work.
Y'all are funny.